Keep in mind, animosity flowing in both directions. These two fighters truly dislike each other as we are now set for our tale of the tape. Our heavyweight tournament alternate bout, Joey Beltran versus Tony Lopez.
Lopez has a 3-inch height advantage, and Beltran has a about 20-pound weight advantage. So we'll see if that weight can get behind those punches and make a difference tonight.
Here's Jeff Houston.
Ladies and gentlemen, our next fight of the night is a heavyweight tournament alternate fight scheduled for 5 2-minute rounds. And it is brought to you by the United States Air Force Aim High. Introducing to you first, fighting out of the red corner. Tonight he wears black trimmed in green. He stands 6 feet 5 inches tall. His official weight, 232.6 pounds. His MMA record is an incredible one at 60 victories, opposite 28 defeats, with 23 big wins coming by way of knockout. Fighting out of Yucaipa, California, please welcome Tony Kryptonite Lopez. And across the squared circle, his opponent fighting out of the blue corner. Tonight he wears black trimmed in white. He stands 6 feet 2 inches tall. His official weight, 254 pounds. His pro MMA record consists of 17 victories, opposite 15 defeats, with 12 big wins coming by way of knockout. He is a UFC and Bellator veteran, fighting out of Carlsbad, California. Here is Joey the Executioner Beltran. And our referee in charge of the action, Bill Clancy.
Toe the line, gentlemen. Wait for my command. Knuckle up!
Here we go with round number 1. Black and white trunks for Joey Beltran, black and green trunks for Tony Lopez. Wide open, squared stance from Lopez. Staying outside. What Lopez calls the kickboxing range. Beltran to the body with the right hand, working off the jab.
When you extend.
Champ Lopez staying very long. Bill Clancy warning both fighters, keep your fingers closed when you extend.
Yeah, it looked like both fighters are opening their hands when they're not in close. And we saw earlier where a guy was getting thumbed with the fingers. So we want to keep those hands closed.
Lopez to the body. Beltran smartly right back to the head. Bigger shots to the body now from Beltran, turning to the inside. Lopez looking to counter. And there's that half-tie plum again.
Yep. Both of them did the move.
Big exhale from Beltran. Exposing the front shoulder. Slight swelling under Beltran's left eye.
And Beltran looked like he's breathing hard already.
Overhand right.
He came
Lopez
out
to the body.
He came out a little fast. He wanted to come out fast and put a lot of pressure, but he may not have the conditioning to do that. He's going to have to wait and see if he can maintain.
25 seconds remaining, round number 1.
20 seconds, Joey!
Lopez long to the body. Lopez right back to the inside. Smile on the face of Beltran.
Oh!
Shot from Beltran. Down goes Tony Lopez. First knockdown in this fight. Remember, you cannot be saved by the bell in any round. Bill Clancy continues his count. Lopez says he is fine. And that's the end of round 1. Smart tactical round number 1 for Joey Beltran.
It was pretty even up to that point until that sharp right hand got in and he fell hard. Lopez fell hard. And you heard a lot of people say you can knock someone out with a 6-inch punch. I think that one was about 3 inches. He just turned it over. He never saw it.
I believe Muhammad Ali called that the anchor punch.
Right there. Beautiful. Beautiful timing by Beltran. Beautiful timing.
Short and sharp.
And again, when you got that weight behind you, it doesn't take much because you're punching with your body.
Confirmation we are headed into round number 2. A phenomenal atmosphere here in Cheyenne, Wyoming at the Ice and Events Center. This city has been a tremendous host. This state has been a tremendous host.
Your fingers locked, okay?
2 fighters up to scratch, towing the line, knuckling up.
Knuckle up.
Round number 2. Beltran immediately working off of the jab. Lopez staying a bit longer. There's the good counter right hand from Joey Beltran.
Lopez is going to have to start pulling out every time he gets in. It might benefit him to stay inside, but when he's pulling out, he's available for Beltran to land that shot he don't see.
Lopez again wiping the hair out of his eyes. 30 seconds already gone, round number 2. Again, you will note these 2-minute rounds fly by, although we've had a lot of first-round finishes tonight. Beltran pulling this fight back again. He talked about not getting emotional, not getting into a firefight against Tony Lopez.
Lopez switched southpaw. Ooh.
Flipping right hand from Joey Beltran. Counters again from Joey Beltran, looking sharp. Lopez trying to find a way in. He's either all the way out, champ, or all the way in. Half-tie plum there. Counter hold, both fighters so incredibly experienced in MMA and working in the clinch. Separation from Bill Clancy.
You would think Tony Lopez would have the advantage from the outside, but it looks like he's getting beat to the punch every time by Beltran. Again, counter. And it's those shots, uppercuts.
Beltran only half-jokingly said so many of Lopez's 60 career pro wins in MMA have come from his opponents just getting tired of beating him up and then losing. Lopez, proudly a very resilient fighter who has made his name in MMA largely on resiliency, having the ability to overcome adversity. And also really good striking from the outside. But this is an inside striking fight thus far for Joey Beltran, the end of round 2. You saw the eye contact there. Again, these fighters really dislike each other.
Yes.
Remember, still to come, it is our main event of the evening, our 10th and final fight of this historic BKFC card. Rico Rodriguez versus Louis Rumsey, heavyweight tournament quarterfinal number 4. We are in English tonight with Antonio Tarver and myself, Sean Wheelock, and we are proudly in Spanish. There is Benny Ricardo, outstanding fight commentator in English and Spanish. He's also a great NFL commentator, and he played in the NFL. So happy to have Benny Ricardo with us, commentating the Bare Knuckle Fighting Championship from Cheyenne, Wyoming.
Welcome, Benny.
For just the second time tonight, we will see round number 3. 30 seconds out whistle. 4 first-round finishes. The doctor's checking Tony Lopez. Beltran for a moment celebrated as though he had won this fight, but we will go to round number 3 of this heavyweight tournament alternate bout. See the fighters towing the line up to scratch. Round number 3. Note the tape on Lopez's hands, that's just wrist tape. Lopez, throughout his pro MMA career, has never, and I mean never, wrapped his hands. He's just put on the MMA gloves. And that is minimal wrapping there. And the thumb is allowed to be wrapped, the wrist, the hands that prevent boxers' fractures. The taping must be 1 inch below the knuckles, true bare knuckle fighting. Lopez taking that to the extreme, Antonio.
And you said Lopez was resilient. He looks like he has a second wind right now. He's been throwing some good shots with power. I think he landed a great body shot earlier. So we'll see. Looks like he's picking up the pace here.
Beltran circling out, still working off of the jab. Smart, measured, studied pace thus far set by Joey Beltran. Lopez loading up the left hand. Again, all the way out or all the way in. Time called by Clancy. Lopez claiming he was poked in the eye. Indeed, that's the ruling from Clancy.
Doc, come here. Come here.
Clancy now calling in the Wyoming ringside position.
Accident,
Two assigned by the commission tonight.
Accidental eye poke.
You know, in boxing, they used to get thumbed in the eye all the time until they then started doing thumbless gloves. So to prevent the poking in the eye, I don't know what's going to happen here. It's hard to keep a closed fist when your hands are out and available like that.
Lopez now has up to 5 minutes to continue. Register Bill Clancy asked Lopez if he needs some time.
So let's touch gloves.
Confirmation from Clancy that it was an accidental eye poke from Joey Beltran. Lopez is ready. Not interested in any of those 5 minutes, taking the bare minimum. Just like the wrapping and tape on his hands. Round number 3 resumes.
Yeah, Lopez was having a good first round, third round here, so no wonder he wants to get back to it.
Big shots now from Beltran, really opening up, trying to find the finish line in round 3.
And they're working the, ooh.
Lopez cut. Outside of his left brow, blood all over his face, and Beltran opening up even more, turning up the temperature. Best sequence of the fight for Joey Beltran.
Lopez still there, throwing hard shots.
Blood and hair obscuring Lopez's vision. Uppercuts in the clinch. There's the dirty boxing from Beltran. Time called by Bill Clancy, this time for the cut. And that's a slice.
It's bad.
Just heard Clancy say it's bad.
Pretty fucking bad.
Not sure what the closed captioning operator just did with that from Bill Clancy.
Lopez said, "I still see fine." It's the champion in him. It's on top of the head, it looks like. Top of the forehead.
There are cuts and then there are slices. That's a slice.
How much time we got?
Two cornermen going to work. Tony Lopez trying to allow this fight to continue. Jim Smith. Jacob Stitch Duran. Tony Lopez, to the surprise of no one who has followed his fighting career, says he wants to continue. Beltran swinging once more big. Lopez now really opening up on the inside.
Whoa.
Final seconds, round number 3.
Look at Lopez.
Oh. Fight on. Best sequence of the fight from a neutral perspective. There's the bell. We are headed to round 4. The Cheyenne, Wyoming crowd in unison on their feet. Champ, you and I talked about this. I said I think this is the sleeper fight of the 10 on the card. Just living up to what I thought.
Yeah, Tony Lopez having a great third round, and then that cut came out of nowhere. I don't think it was caused by a punch. I don't think it was caused by a punch on the top of the forehead, but right there, straight left hand by Lopez. And another one. He knew it was desperation time right there, and he let it all out. And landed some of his best shots at the end of the third round.
Saw the mouthpiece going out from Beltran. That's first-class refereeing by Bill Clancy. There was not a neutral situation, so he never stopped to put the mouthpiece back in.
Toe the line, gentlemen.
We heard Clancy toe the line, gentlemen. Big exhale from Joey Beltran. Round number 4. How great is coming up the scratch? The Fighting Championship, again, bringing back the line, the scratch line, from the Broughton rules and the London Prize Ring rules that govern bare-knuckle fighting in the 17 and 1800s. Exhale from Beltran. Good pressure from Lopez, trying to throw to the body. Clever turn from Joey Beltran. Wide open striking guard champ for Lopez. Hands much higher for Joey Beltran, who steps into the pocket.
Both exchanging good body shots. Man, talk about Lopez's heart, man. He has it.
Big shots from Beltran. Lopez again wiping the hair, trying to wipe the blood out of his eyes, especially his left eye. Blood flowing freely into the left eye from that cut. Slight trickle of blood on the face of Beltran, but it very well might be the blood of Lopez. 45 seconds remaining, round number 4, and there's the smile from Joey Beltran. Better stuff from Lopez. Hands high now from Lopez. Beltran right back with clean, straight punches. Opponents on this card, Royce Jackson and Dale Soapy really like each other. Opponents on this card, Sam Shoemaker and Eric Prindle really like each other. Joey Beltran and Tony Lopez really dislike each other. Blood all over the face of Lopez. Closing stages, round number 4. More big straight punches from Beltran. Now Beltran definitely cut. Back comes Tony Lopez. The bell, and we are headed to the 5th and final round. Into the corner of Joey Beltran. This is a quality, fun fight, champ. Back we go to round 4.
Beltran here look at that body shot right there. That hurt. Ooh, right up under the rib cage. And another one. Some of the best work from Lopez in that round. Lopez, no quit in him.
Wipe me up good. Wipe me up
Head into
good.
the 5th and final round of this heavyweight tournament alternate bout between rounds 4 and 5. Promoter Dave Feldman, the president and CEO of Bare Knuckle Fighting Championship, Antonio, informed me, regardless of the outcome, he is awarding a bonus to both fighters.
And they deserve it tonight.
Without question.
Putting on a heck of a show.
Lopez opening long. You see Beltran trying to step inside.
Lopez has to believe that he's a little bit behind in this fight. Look at that.
Big
Oh!
shot from Tony Lopez, landing huge. Beltran firing back on the counter. If you've never watched Tony Lopez in his pro MMA career, it usually looks like this.
He's never out of a fight, man, because he has a big heart of a champion, and he has to feel he's behind in this fight. So you're going to look for him to close the show here if he's going to pull it out.
Go back to what Beltran said. I know he's tough. I know he has a great chin. I cannot get emotional in this fight.
Beltran is bleeding very bad also. I'm sorry.
Absolutely. Champion of cut from Lopez. Lopez stepping in.
1 minute left.
Down the stretch we go.
Lopez
ferocious. Again, this Cheyenne, Wyoming sold-out crowd on their feet in unison. The break from Bill Clancy.
Knuckle up, knuckle up.
Right hand on the inside, right hand right back from Lopez. Both fighters in the clinch holding half-tie plummet both to the body.
Oh, good uppercut.
If you do not like this fight, bare knuckle fighting is simply not for you. I love this fight. Two of my favorite fighters in MMA, two of my favorite fighters in bare knuckle. Again, the separation from Bill Clancy. 15 seconds remaining in this heavyweight tournament alternate bout. This is tremendous. Beltran walking forward with punches to the body. Blood all over the face of Joey Beltran. Blood all over the face of Tony Lopez. They're
What a
still
fight.
throwing. They throw to the belly.
What a fight. Woo!
And no hug from Beltran, in no mood to celebrate that fight with Tony Lopez. That really shows the animosity between these two. Beltran refused the hug. That was phenomenal.
Wow. Both men refusing to lose, both men refusing to lay down. What a fight.
Just the second fight to go beyond 2 rounds on this 10-fight card. This fight number 9, the second fight to go the distance.
Good fight. Good fight.
Stitch Duran going to work on Joey Beltran.
Lopez knew he had to go to work. Look at those shots. He's landing perfectly. Beltran, credit for standing up. This is Lopez all day. The body work. 1. Both guys, solid boxing body shots right there. They're going to feel those in the morning. Oh, nice.
We've had 7 finishes in all, but right now the buzz is all about these 2 fighters, Joey Beltran and Tony Lopez, going incredibly hard over the full 5 rounds in 10 minutes. Them in this fight, 2 quality cut men going to work. It's Beltran and Lopez, 2 high-quality fighters going to work.
Sean, I think that knockdown may be the difference in this fight.
To end all suspense, here's Jeff Houston.
Ladies and gentlemen, before we go to the decision, let's have a round of applause for these 2 heavyweight warriors. After completing the scheduled 5 rounds, here are the score totals from our judges at ringside. Judge number 1 and judge number 2 both see the fight 49-45, and our third judge sees the fight 49-46, all in favor of your winner by unanimous decision, Joey the Executioner Beltran.
And the animosity continues.
That's awesome, man.
Now it's finally
ended.
ended. That's a really nice moment in the squared circle. 2 really likable fighters, 2 really likable people. Perhaps the animosity will end. Their 3rd fight in combat sports. Again, Lopez, 2 fights, 2 wins in MMA versus Joey Beltran. But in the bare-knuckle debut for both, Beltran defeating Lopez by way of unanimous decision in an absolutely ferocious fight.
It's a different game in the bare knuckle.